Have you ever paused for a moment, looked down at your legs and wondered why they don't feel like yours anymore? Maybe you've noticed that getting up from a chair now needs a little push from your hands, or that climbing the stairs feels like lifting weights you never agreed to carry. Perhaps you found yourself teetering slightly while just crossing the living room, your balance betraying you in ways it never did before. Most people shrug this off as just getting older, a quiet surrender to the passing years. But here's the heartfelt truth. This isn't simply age catching up. It's one of the first silent whispers of something deeper, age-related muscle loss or sarcopenia. It creeps in, gently with no pain or swelling to warn you, until one day you find yourself needing help. Just to stand. But there's hope, powerful research-backed hope. Because restoring your leg strength doesn't always require harsh workouts or expensive treatments. Sometimes it starts with understanding the 3 overlooked vitamins that could transform your days from struggle to steady steps. So stay with us. If you care about reclaiming your balance, confidence, and freedom, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Let's take this journey towards stronger, steadier legs together. It's tempting to think that the slow fading of our legs' strength is just life taking its inevitable course. But what if that quiet weakness, the heavier steps, the wavering balance, was actually your body's gentle plea for help? The truth is far more hopeful and urgent than simply getting old. After 60, subtle shifts inside your body accelerate in ways most people never see coming. Every year, you lose about 1 to 3% of your muscle mass. That may sound small, but over just 5 years, it can quietly strip away up to 15% of your leg strength. Imagine trying to run with a weighted vest you didn't choose to wear. No wonder standing up or walking across the room starts to feel different. But why does this happen? The reasons are surprisingly clear and preventable. First, as we age, our stomachs naturally produce less acid, making it harder to absorb the vital nutrients that keep our muscles and nerves thriving. Vitamins like D3, B12, and thiamine start slipping through the cracks, leaving your body undernourished, even if you eat well. Second, blood doesn't rush through your veins quite like it once did. With sluggish circulation, your legs get less oxygen and fewer nutrients, leading to fatigue cramps and that unsettling sense of heaviness. Finally, there's the simple fact that we tend to move less. Avoiding stairs, skipping walks, or sitting longer than we should all compound the problem. Without frequent use, your muscles shrink, starve, and forget how to fully come alive. But here's the most important truth. These aren't just marks of aging. They're signals inviting you to take action. Because with the right approach, you can help your legs grow stronger again. Reclaim your steadiness and walk forward with renewed purpose. Let's uncover how. 1. Vitamin D3, the master switch. If your legs have been whispering that something is wrong through heaviness, wobbliness, or that subtle fear of tripping, there's one silent culprit that often sits at the center: vitamin D3. Think of D3 not as just another nutrient, but as the hidden master switch that keeps your bones, muscles, and nerves working together in harmony. It's the quiet conductor of your body's orchestra, making sure every muscle fiber contracts on cue, every nerve signal reaches its target, and your balance stays sure and centered. Without it, the entire symphony falters. Yet, as we cross into our 60s, our ability to make and use vitamin D3 drops dramatically. Our skin becomes thinner and less efficient at producing D3 from sunlight. Our liver and kidneys slow their conversion processes. Add to that, spending more time indoors, and it's no surprise that our reserves quietly dwindle. But unlike a fuel gauge on a car, your body doesn't flash a bright warning light. Instead, it sends early, easily overlooked messages, feeling unusually tired. After standing or climbing stairs, your legs cramping at night, moving more stiffly or cautiously, and worst of all, losing your balance without understanding why. These aren't random annoyances. They are your body's earnest attempts to warn you of a D3 deficiency. Left unaddressed, this shortage doesn't just weaken bones, it gradually undermines muscle strength and coordination, increasing the risk of dangerous falls. Research from the University of Birmingham revealed that people over 65 who simply took 800 IU of vitamin D3 daily saw their leg strength surge by nearly 20% within weeks. Meanwhile, a study from Harvard showed that seniors low in D3 were 40% more likely to end up in the hospital from falls. This isn't trivia, it's a powerful wake-up call. So how exactly does D3 work its wonders? It boosts calcium absorption to keep your bones sturdy, but that's just the beginning. It helps your nerves transmit signals smoothly, telling your muscles exactly when and how to contract. It lowers hidden inflammation that might otherwise gnaw at your muscle fibers. And perhaps most profoundly, it prevents the silent wasting away of muscle tissue that too often sneaks up with age. When your D3 levels climb back to healthy ranges, your joints feel more fluid, your steps lighten, and the floor beneath you feels steady again. What's the right dose to flip this master switch back on? Experts recommend that healthy people over 60 take around 800 to 1,000 IU daily. For those who've already struggled with balance or have had a fall, 500 to 2,000 IU may be safer and more protective. But there's a vital catch. Because vitamin D3 is fat-soluble, it's best absorbed with a meal containing healthy fats, like salmon eggs, nuts, or a drizzle of olive oil. Take it in the morning or early afternoon, never right before bed, as it may subtly disrupt your sleep cycle. Can you get enough from food alone? Regretfully, it's nearly impossible. A piece of fish might give you 500 IU an egg, barely 40 IU, a glass of fortified milk, around 100 IU. You'd have to consume plates of these foods daily to reach even the minimum target. That's why most seniors ultimately need a supplement to truly protect their legs, balance, and independence. Still more is not always better. Overdosing on D3 long-term can raise calcium levels too high, leading to kidney stones, constipation, or irregular heartbeats. That's why it's wise to stay within recommended ranges and check your levels every 6 to 12 months, especially if you're taking higher doses. So, here's the beautiful promise hiding inside all this science. The frailty and fear you may feel in your legs isn't a final sentence. With careful attention, the right vitamin D3 support, and a bit of time, you can rebuild the very foundation your confidence stands on. Your legs don't have to feel like foreign, unreliable things beneath you. They can once again carry you forward with strength, balance, and quiet certainty. Let's keep exploring how. 2. Vitamin B12, the nerve connector. If vitamin D3 acts like the switch that powers up your muscle and bone systems, then vitamin B12 is the intricate wiring that connects everything: brain, nerves, and muscles, so your body can move with grace and quick response. After all, strong legs are only half the equation. They must also be guided by clear signals from your brain. Without B12, that precious connection weakens, and your legs may begin to feel like they belong to someone else. Sadly, vitamin B12 deficiency is one of the most overlooked culprits behind leg weakness, balance problems, and subtle stumbles that can later lead to devastating falls. Many people simply chalk up these odd sensations to aging, the occasional tingling in their feet, a fleeting numbness, or that awkward moment when they try to stand up and their legs don't immediately respond. But beneath these humble annoyances lies a very real biological problem. Vitamin B12 is critical for maintaining the protective sheath around your nerves. Think of it as the insulation that keeps electrical wires from shorting out. It also aids in making red blood cells that carry oxygen to your muscles. When B12 levels drop, nerve signals slow and misfire, muscles get less oxygen, and your body starts to betray you in small yet troubling ways. You might feel a slight unsteadiness even on level ground, or a delayed reaction when trying to catch your balance. For many, these tiny misfires go unaddressed until one day they become a dangerous tumble. Research consistently shows how deeply B12 impacts mobility. A large study from Oxford University found that seniors over 65 with low B12 levels not only walked slower, but also had far worse balance and were twice as likely to fall within the next year. Another clinical trial revealed that giving older adults 1,000 mcg, or 1 mg of B12 daily, for just 8 weeks noticeably reduced numbness, improved lower body strength, and even sped up reaction times. So how do you know if your body is quietly starving for B12? The early signs can be deceptively mild: a subtle burning or tingling in the feet, legs that feel weak, especially after standing or walking a bit, that eerie sensation of your feet being half asleep. Some also report mild memory lapses, mood swings, or a frustrating fog that makes it hard to think sharply. If you regularly take antacids, have diabetes, and use metformin, follow a mostly plant-based diet, or drink alcohol frequently, you're even more at risk. Your body simply absorbs less B12 under these conditions. The encouraging news. Unlike many age-related issues, B12 levels can be restored quickly and safely, often reversing symptoms within weeks. For most people over 60, taking 500 to 1,000 mcg of methylcobalamin, the active form of B12 that your body can use immediately, is recommended. It comes in easy forms: dissolvable tablets, sublingual drops, even gentle sprays. Because caffeine can interfere with absorption, it's best taken with lunch or early afternoon. And while you can find B12 in foods like meat, fish, and dairy, reaching therapeutic levels through diet alone is almost impossible, especially with the reduced stomach acid that naturally comes with age. Most importantly, B12 is water-soluble, so your body simply flushes out any extra. That makes it one of the safest ways to rebuild the critical nerve connections that keep your legs responsive and your balance intact. So remember, strength in your legs isn't just about sturdy muscles or solid bones. It's also about having a sharp, quick link between your mind and every step you take. Restoring your B12 is like clearing static from a radio. Suddenly, your body's signals come through clean and strong, and your legs once again feel confidently yours. Let's continue this journey and explore the final vital piece of this puzzle, one that powers every move you make. 3. Vitamin B1 thiamine, the energy driver. If vitamin D3 is the switch that powers your system, and B12, the wiring that carries critical signals, then vitamin B1, known as thiamine, is the fuel that keeps your muscles running. Without it, your beautifully rewired nerves and strengthened muscles have nothing to draw on. It's like having a perfectly tuned car with no gasoline. This is why many people over 60, even if they're diligent about getting enough protein or calcium, still find their legs feeling heavy, their steps labored, and their energy easily drained. Thiamine deficiency is often the quiet final piece of the puzzle behind why your body starts to falter. Thiamine's job is nothing short of miraculous. It transforms the food you eat, especially carbohydrates, into ATP, the immediate energy source your muscles use to contract and move. This process fuels every stride, every push up the stairs, every moment you balance on one foot. Without enough B1, even simple efforts feel exhausting. Your legs might feel like you're wading through water, your breath may grow short, and your recovery after minor activity slows to a crawl. This hidden energy drain is astonishingly common among seniors. Why, with age, your digestive system becomes less efficient at absorbing thiamine from food. If you take common medications like diuretics for blood pressure or heart issues, or metformin for diabetes, you lose even more B1 through urine. Even modest alcohol intake, like a couple glasses of wine a week, can further interfere. And if your diet has shifted away from whole grains and legumes toward more processed foods, your intake quietly plummets. You might already recognize the early signs: legs that tire too quickly. After a short walk, occasional muscle cramps in the feet or calves, feeling slightly lightheaded when you stand, or just lacking the drive to get up and move. Some even notice a creeping mental fatigue, less spark, less motivation, without realizing it's tied directly to how their muscles are being starved of quick fuel. But here's the powerful promise hidden in all of this. When you restore your B1 levels, the change can be surprisingly rapid and deeply uplifting. In one study from Tokyo University, over 30% of older adults tested had low thiamines, and almost all reported heavy fatigued legs. After supplementing, they moved faster, climbed stairs more easily, and regained confidence in their step. Another study published in Neurological Sciences gave seniors with chronic leg fatigue just 100 milligaules of thiamine daily. Within a single week, 82% felt more endurance, and over 2/3 reported their legs felt lighter, less painful, and far more willing to move. So what does it take to harness this for yourself? While the official minimum daily requirement is just around 1.1 to 1.2 micrograms therapeutic doses, for older adults struggling with fatigue or nerve issues often range from 50 to 100 micrograms daily. The good news: like B12 thiamine is water-soluble, your body flushes out the excess, making it exceptionally safe. For best absorption, take it in the morning with a balanced breakfast containing some protein or healthy fat. Skip the coffee or black tea alongside it, as these can interfere with uptake. Diet alone rarely solves it. Though thiamine is found in foods like brown rice, oats, beans, sunflower seeds, and pork, you'd need unusually large daily servings to reach the levels that truly restore leg energy and resilience. And since many seniors naturally eat smaller portions or avoid heavier foods, the gap only widens. The best part: many older adults report feeling more eager to get up and move within days of addressing a thiamine shortfall. Their steps grow lighter, stairs seem less intimidating, and a quiet drive to be active returns like adding fuel to an engine that's long been sputtering. So together with vitamin D3 and B12, thiamine completes the triad that can bring not just your legs, but your entire outlook back to life. Let's explore how to blend all three for a daily routine that rebuilds your balanced strength and vibrant independence. Now that you understand how vitamin D3 lights the master switch, how vitamin B12 sharpens your nerve connections, and how thiamine vitamin B1 fuels your muscles, the next natural question is, how can you bring them together into a simple daily practice that transforms your legs, your energy, and ultimately, your independence? It's actually more straightforward than it seems. Timing and thoughtful pairing are the secrets that make these three humble nutrients work together like a perfectly tuned team. Think of your body each morning as a quiet engine waiting for the right spark wiring and fuel to roar to life. By taking these vitamins in a way that respects how your body absorbs and uses them, you can turn every day into a new opportunity to rebuild your strength from the ground up. Here's how to do it. Start your morning with thiamine. Because vitamin B1 is water-soluble and plays such a powerful role in immediate energy metabolism. Taking it early in the day ensures your largest muscles, your legs have the fuel they need right from the start. Have it with your breakfast, ideally alongside whole grains, eggs, or a bit of protein, which helps sustain energy even longer. Avoid coffee or black tea at this meal, since they can interfere with absorption. Then pair your vitamin D3 with the same breakfast. Because D3 is fat-soluble, it needs a little dietary fat, like avocado nuts, eggs, or olive oil to be properly absorbed and routed to your bones, muscles, and nerves. Taking it in the morning also helps it align with your natural circadian rhythm, reducing any chance of it disrupting sleep if taken too late. Finally, bring vitamin B12 into your lunch or early afternoon. This way, it lifts your alertness and supports nerve signals without risking a late-day energy spike that could interfere with falling asleep. If you're using a dissolvable lozenge or sublingual drop, let it melt slowly under your tongue for best absorption. Steer clear of pairing it with tea or coffee, since these can hinder how well your body takes in B12. If you're someone who prefers a combined multivitamin, read the label with care. Many senior formulas include only minimal doses of D3, B12, and B1, well below the levels shown to rebuild strength and nerve function. Even with a multivitamin, you may still need individual supplements to reach truly restorative amounts. Now let's talk about safety, because while these vitamins are remarkably gentle and forgiving, there are still important principles to respect. First, resist the urge to think more is better. With fat-soluble vitamins like D3, large doses taken without supervision can gradually lead to excessive calcium in the blood, which may cause kidney stones, constipation, or even irregular heartbeats. Water-soluble B12 and B1 are generally very safe as your body flushes out what it doesn't use, but extremely high doses over very long periods aren't needed for most people. Second, if you have liver or kidney concerns, or if you're on medications like blood thinners, diuretics, or metformin, it's wise to check in with your healthcare provider before starting higher doses. They may recommend periodic blood tests to monitor levels of D3 and B12, ensuring you stay safely within the optimal range. Lastly, pay attention to your own body. If you notice new headaches, persistent nausea, changes in mood, or tingling in your hands or feet, after beginning supplements, pause and discuss it with your doctor. Small course corrections now can prevent bigger problems later. Here's the profound gift of this approach. By thoughtfully weaving vitamin D3, B12, and B1 into your daily life, you're not just feeding muscles or wiring nerves. You're rebuilding your very sense of freedom, the joy of moving confidently, the quiet power in each balanced step, and the promise that your body is still wonderfully capable of supporting all the moments ahead. Let's take that step together, one steady stride at a time. So as we stand here together at the close of this journey, let's pause and truly absorb what all of this means. If your legs have felt heavy, your steps uncertain, or your balance not quite as sure as it once was, it's not simply age quietly stealing your strength. It's your body reaching out asking for help. And the beauty is, by giving it just 3 simple yet powerful vitamins, vitamin D3 to ignite your muscles and bones, vitamin B12 to restore the clear quick signals from brain to foot, and vitamin B1 to flood every step with clean lasting energy, you can answer that call in a profound way. Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling a little more eager to stand your legs, less burdened, your confidence returning with each stride across the room. Picture the relief of knowing that your muscles and nerves are no longer fraying under the silent strain of deficiency, but are instead being nourished and rebuilt day by day. This isn't an impossible dream. It's a gentle, realistic promise, grounded in decades of research and countless personal stories of seniors who have regained their steadiness and reclaimed their independence. Because ultimately, it's not just about legs, it's about living fully. It's about greeting each day without the quiet fear of falling, moving through your world with a renewed sense of purpose and trust in your own body. If you found hope or clarity in this message, we invite you to stay with us. Subscribe to our channel for more compassionate, practical guides that help you protect your strength, your health, and the vibrant life you deserve. Let's keep taking these steps forward together.